Hi, welcome to Food Tech Mitra. In today's video, GATE XC Food Technology Question and Answer Series, we are going to see about the multiple choice questions on fermentation part 1. Come, let's move into the video. Which of the following is not a fermented food? And this was the question asked in GATE 2021. And the options are tofu, vinegar, sauerkraut and temp. So, before going into the answer, I'll just tell you what are the different terms, okay? So, we'll see each and every term is about and finally we'll come to the answer, okay? Tofu is also called a soybean curd or a bean curd and it is made from coagulating soybean milk and pressing the curds into a solid white blocks. And this is just similar to the cottage cheese or paneer which we are using now. And the softness of this tofu is vary from extra soft to extra firm tofu. And vinegar, it is the aqueous solution of acetic acid and it is a product of two-stage fermentation. In first stage, the yeast converts the sugar into ethanol in the absence of oxygen. In the second stage, bacteria Acidobacter species converts the ethanol into acetic acid in the presence of oxygen. So the first stage is called as the alcoholic fermentation and second stage is the acetic acid fermentation. Sauerkraut. Lactic acid fermentation happens in the shredded cabbage packed with the salt and completely sealed. Anaerobic fermentation happens here. The microorganisms involved during this fermentation is Leuconostoc mesenteroids and Lactobacillus plantarum. And the next product is temp. It is made by fermentation of cooked soybeans. This fermentation helps to break down the phytic acid and makes the starch easier to digest. After fermentation, the soybeans are formed into small patties. Rhizophus oligosporus or Rhizophus oryzae is used in the fermentation process and it is also known as temp starter. So here, some of the pictures for your reference, and this is temp and tofu and sauerkraut. So we'll see the question again. Which of the following is not a fermented food? So the answer is tofu. The next question is, in which of the following fermented product must is used as a substrate for fermentation? And this was the question asked in GATE 2017. The options given are beer, wine, idli, temp. First we'll see what is substrate means. Substrate, it is the medium where the fermentation occurs. So here in fermentation, it is the material that provides the nutrient for the growth of microorganism. Beer, it is the third most popular drink after water and tea. Beer is the alcoholic beverage and barley, wheat, corn, sugarcane molasses can be used as a substrate. But barley is the most common substrate used in beer production. The barley is converted into malt that is used in brewing beer. During the beer fermentation, yeast convert the glucose into ethanol and carbon dioxide. The next product is wine. Wine is an alcoholic drink typically made from fermented grapes. Yeast consumes the sugar in the grapes and converts it into ethanol and carbon dioxide. Variety of grapes are used to produce different types of wines. The freshly crushed and unfermented juice, that is including the skin, stem and seeds of the grape, is called as must. This must is used as the substrate for wine fermentation. The next product is idli. It is a steamed cake made from fermented rice and black gram batter. During fermentation, the batter increases in volume and becomes lighter and makes the final idli soft and fluffier. Here, the black gram dal acts as the fermentation substrate. Leuconostoc mesenteroids and Streptococcus thermophilus in grains grow rapidly during fermentation. And these microorganisms produce lactic acid and carbon dioxide that makes the batter anaerobic and leaven the product. And temp we have seen already, okay? So we'll see the question again. In which of the following fermented product must is used as a substrate for fermentation? So the answer is wine. The next question is, match the fermented product in group 1 with the base material in group 2. So in group 1, the product given are sake, chirpy, natto and sauerkraut. And group 2, milk, cabbage, rice, soybean. And this was the question asked in GATE 2018 and 4 options are given. So we have to match the base material along with the product. So first we'll see what is sake. Sake is a Japanese alcoholic beverage made from fermented polished rice. It is also called as rice wine. It contains about 14 to 16% alcohol. A mold called koji, that is Aspergillus oryzae, a fungus, that works on rice and converts the rice starch to fermentable sugars, while yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae converts the rice sugar to alcohol. Churpi, it is a traditionally fermented cheese consumed in the region of Nepal and Tibet. It is considered as the world's hardest cheese. Churpi is made from buttermilk solids after separating whey to produce curds similar to ricotta cheese. Fresh curds are white, soft and neutral to taste, but they are allowed to dry for 1 to 2 days and left to ferment to acquire the tanginess. Lactic acid fermentation plays an important role in the production of churpi. Churpi, once prepared, can easily stay edible for 4 to 5 years if it is kept in a healthy environment. And this is the image of churpi for your reference. And natto, it is also a traditionally fermented product made from soybeans. It is having a sticky, slimy and stringy texture with a strong flavor. Earlier, boiled rice straw was used as the source of fermentation bacteria, that is, spore-forming Bacillus species, especially Bacillus subtilis, which is naturally present on the surface of rice straw and acts as a starter culture. Soybeans are first soaked and cooked, then mixed with Bacillus subtilis, and the fermentation happens up to 24 hours at 40 degrees Celsius. Then the natto is cooled and aged in a refrigerator for up to 1 week to allow the development of stringiness. And regarding sauerkraut, we have seen already. Okay, we know that sauerkraut is made from cabbage, fermented cabbage. Okay, let's see the question again. Match the fermented product in group 1 with the base material in group 2. So the answer will be sake, it is rice, churpi matches with milk, natto with soybean, and sauerkraut with cabbage. So the answer will be option A, P3, Q1, R4, S2. Okay. The next question is, cultures used in the industrial production of yogurt are, and 4 options are given, and this was the question asked in GATE 2022. So come, let's see about yogurt. Yogurt is a popular fermented dairy product produced by lactic acid bacteria, Lactobacillus delbrueckii subspecies bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus. The milk sugar, that is lactose, is first converted into glucose and galactose, after which these simple sugars are converted into lactic acid. The formation of lactic acid gives some acidity, that is pH around 4.5, which helps to coagulate the protein, casein, and set the milk, producing the specific texture of yogurt. This lactic acid fermentation is also used in the production of sauerkraut. You might have remembered that. Okay. Next product is curd or dahi. So whenever we deal with yogurt, we'll just see what is curd and how it is different from the yogurt. Okay. So curd, normally called as dahi, it is also a dairy product made by curdling the milk with edible acidic substance such as lemon juice or vinegar or curd asage. It is produced by bacterial fermentation of milk. In this process, lactose in milk is converted into lactic acid by several lactobacillus bacteria, whereas yogurt is created commercially by bacterial fermentation of milk by using a specific yogurt culture. Okay, so this is the main difference between curd and yogurt. So we'll see the question again. So the culture used in the industrial production of yogurt are Streptococcus thermophilus and Lactobacillus delbrueckii subspecies bulgaricus. So the answer is option B and D. Thanks for watching my channel. If you like the video, kindly comment and share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe.